Imagine a scenario where a single man becomes a nightmare for a terrorist group. This is the story of Abu Tahsin Al Salhi, a legendary Iraqi sniper who, throughout his life, waged a true battle against enemies that threatened his country and his people. But before we understand how he became such an iconic figure, we need to look at the context in which he stood out. In recent years, the Middle East has been the stage for various conflicts, one of the most intense being the fight against ISIS. This terrorist group took over vast areas in Iraq and Syria, spreading fear and destruction wherever they went. Known for their brutality, Iraqi forces desperately needed fighters capable of directly confronting this threat. In this chaotic and violent setting, Abu Tahsin Al Salhi emerged, a man who had dedicated most of his life to military service and who, over decades, developed a unique rifle skill. His precision and bravery transformed him into a true terrorist hunter, and his name became legendary among soldiers and the Iraqi people. In this video, we will follow the journey of this sniper legend, from his humble beginnings to becoming one of the most feared marksmen in the Middle East. We'll see how, in the chaos of war, he became a symbol of resistance and hope for his country. But before we continue, make sure to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments. It helps YouTube deliver this content to more people interested in this topic. Stick with me until the end and discover all the details of the journey of the Sheikh of Snipers. Abu Tahsin Al Salhi's journey began long before he became a legend. Born in Basra, Iraq, he grew up during a time of significant change and conflict in the Middle East. His talent for shooting was discovered early, while working as a camel and sheep herder in his youth. During this time, Abu Tahsin developed an impressive skill with a French rifle, hunting small animals like rabbits and birds to pass the long hours of work. It was during this phase that he began to show signs of becoming an exceptional marksman, though he had no idea of the role he would one day play. At the age of 19, he decided to join the Iraqi army, where he was selected for a prestigious sniper training course in the Soviet Union, in Belarus. This training shaped Abu Tahsin into a true professional sniper, and he quickly demonstrated his competence in using long-range weapons. His first major combat test came during the Yom Kippur War in 1973, when he fought alongside Syrian forces against Israel in the Golan Heights as part of Iraq's 5th Mountain Brigade. There, he stood out as an extremely effective sniper, a skill that would only grow stronger over time. But his journey was just beginning. In the following years, Abu Tahsin participated in numerous conflicts, including the Second Iraqi-Kurdish War in 1974, the long and devastating Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s, and even the uprisings that took place in Iraq after the Gulf War in 1991. During these battles, he gained military experience that few soldiers can achieve in a lifetime. Each conflict shaped his skills and made him even more precise, lethal, and confident in his abilities. His path eventually led him to face U.S. troops during the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Although many details about this period of his life are unknown, Abu Tahsin continued to refine his sniper technique, waiting for a mission that would truly make a difference. That moment arrived in 2014, when he joined the Popular Mobilization Forces, PMU, to fight the growing ISIS threat. It was here that Abu Tahsin Al Salhi found his true purpose and showed the world the extent of his abilities, earning the respect and recognition of both allies and enemies. Joining the Popular Mobilization Forces in 2014, Abu Tahsin Al Salhi finally found the cause that would give him the fame of terrorist hunter. Now, over 60 years old, many might have thought he was nearing retirement, but it was at this moment that he was about to become a true legend. With his experience and skills, Abu Tahsin quickly stood out in operations against ISIS, which at the time controlled large parts of Iraqi and Syrian territory. What set him apart from other snipers was his incredible precision and composure on the battlefield. Using an AM-50 Sayyad rifle, an Iranian version of the famous Steyr HS.50 caliber rifle, he didn't just hit his targets with deadly accuracy, he did it at impressive distances. This .50 caliber rifle could pierce armored vehicles and concrete walls, making his shots devastating. But Abu Tahsin didn't just use this weapon against vehicles. He used it to eliminate enemy combatants with frightening efficiency. Abu Tahsin's success in taking down ISIS members was so impactful that the group's fighters started speaking of him like some kind of boogeyman. His presence on the battlefield caused panic among the enemies, who knew that if they showed their heads from their hideouts, they risked becoming his next target. He earned the nickname Sheikh of Snipers and Hawkeye, and his fame spread quickly throughout Iraq. The situation became so dire that the ISIS leader at the time put a $250,000 bounty on his head, a testament to how feared he had become. Stories of his feats multiplied, and his fellow soldiers treated him as a true hero. In interviews, Abu Tahsin claimed that his goal was to take down at least 4 enemy combatants a day, and he met that goal with chilling precision. He participated in key battles such as the Battle of Baiji, the Battle of Fallujah, the liberation of Mosul, and the Tal Afar offensive, racking up hundreds of confirmed kills. During these confrontations, he achieved 384 confirmed kills, a number that placed him among the most lethal snipers in history. Even with all the violence and destruction around him, Abu Tahsin remained remarkably calm when speaking about his work. When asked how he felt about killing so many enemies, he would reply that he felt nothing, believing his mission was to protect his country and his family from those who threatened their peace. He saw his talent as a gift from God, fulfilling a higher purpose by eliminating his people's enemies. His skill, courage, and dedication made him a symbol of resistance and determination in Iraq. But like all legends, Abu Tahsin's time on the battlefield was about to come to an end. In September 2017, during the offensive to liberate the city of Hawija, one of the last ISIS strongholds in Iraq, Abu Tahsin Al Salhi was once again on the front lines, doing what he did best. Even at the age of 63, he continued to fight with the same determination and precision that had made him famous. Unfortunately, during this battle, he was hit by enemy fire. Despite all efforts, Abu Tahsin succumbed to his injuries and died on September 29, 2017. His death was a heavy blow to Iraqi forces and the people of the country. The next day, thousands of people attended his funeral in his hometown of Basra, bidding farewell to a true hero. The ceremony was attended by military leaders, government officials, and even tribal members, all paying tribute to a man who had dedicated his life to defending his nation. Abu Tahsin was buried in the Valley of Peace, a cemetery considered sacred by Shia Muslims. Even after his death, his story continued to inspire soldiers and civilians throughout Iraq. He was revered as a martyr and became a symbol of resistance against the terrorism that plagued the country. But Abu Tahsin's legacy goes beyond his sniper skills. He showed that determination and love for one's country can transform an ordinary person into a true icon of courage and patriotism. His story served as an example of how the fight against injustice and oppression requires bravery and commitment, even in the face of the most difficult challenges. In 2023, as a way of honoring his memory, the Iraqi government erected a 7-meter-tall statue of Abu Tahsin in the center of Nasiriyah, representing the respect and admiration that the Iraqi people felt for him. To many, he wasn't just a skilled sniper, but a symbol of the fight for freedom and the defense of his country. And so, the legend of Abu Tahsin Al Salhi lives on, not only as one of the deadliest snipers in history, but as a true hero who dedicated his life to protecting his people and his country until the very end.